You are being lied to every single day. And the worst part, you probably know it. You feel it in your gut when someone is feeding you a story, but you nod, you smile, you let it slide, because calling someone out feels awkward, because confrontation feels messy. So you swallow the lie and move on. But here is the truth. Liars are not smarter than you. They are just more prepared. They rehearse their story. They smooth out the details. They build a narrative that sounds clean, logical, airtight, and you, untrained, unarmed, accept it because you do not know how to break it apart. Until now, there is a technique. It is called reverse questioning, and it does not just catch liars. It destroys them. It unravels their entire script in real time, forcing them to either admit the truth or collapse under the weight of their own story. And the best part? It requires no aggression, no yelling, no drama, just precision. Here is how it works. When someone lies to you, they tell their story forward, from beginning to end, A to Z. This is intentional. Because when you tell a story chronologically, it flows, it sounds natural, it feels believable. The human brain processes time linearly, so a liar knows that if they walk you through events in order, you are less likely to question them. But here is the problem with that strategy. Liars do not actually remember their lies the way they remember real events. Real memories are messy. They are fragmented. They are stored in your brain in pieces, not paragraphs. When you recall something that actually happened, you do not play it back like a movie. You reconstruct it. You pull details from different mental folders: emotion, sensory data, context, sequence. But a liar has constructed a script. They have built a timeline. They have memorized the plot points. And when you ask them to tell it forward, they can easily. But when you ask them to tell it backward, that is when the cracks appear. Because the human brain does not rehearse in reverse. You cannot plan for it. You cannot prepare for it. And when someone who has been lying suddenly has to recall their fake story out of sequence, they stumble. They hesitate. They contradict themselves. And that hesitation, that is the tell. So when you suspect someone is lying, do not interrupt them. Do not challenge them. Let them tell their story. Let them finish. Let them feel safe. Let them think you believe them. And then, calmly, ask them to tell it again. But this time, backward. Start with the end. Ask them what happened last. Then ask what happened before that. Then before that. Walk them backward through their own narrative, step by step, forcing them to reconstruct their timeline in reverse. And watch what happens. If they are telling the truth, they will do it. Not perfectly. Real memories are not perfect. They might pause. They might correct themselves. They might say, wait, actually, this happened before that. But they will get through it. Because real events leave real traces. They are anchored in reality. You can access them from any angle. But if they are lying, they will spiral. Because they did not rehearse it backward. They only know the script forward. And now they have to reverse engineer a fake story on the spot, which is cognitively exhausting. Their brain is working overtime trying to keep the details consistent, trying to remember what they said 5 minutes ago, trying not to contradict themselves. And under that pressure, they crack. You will see it in their eyes. You will hear it in their voice. They will start adding details they did not mention before. Or worse, they will leave out details they did mention. They will change the sequence. They will hesitate before answering. They will ask you to repeat the question. They will get defensive. They will say, why does it matter? Why are you asking it this way? And that defensiveness, that is guilt. But this technique does not just work because it is hard to lie backward. It works because it forces the liar into a cognitive trap. When you ask someone to recall a story in reverse, you are not just testing their memory. You are testing their ability to manipulate information under pressure. And liars, no matter how good they are, cannot sustain that pressure for long. Real memories are flexible. You can access them from different angles because they actually happened. You were there. You felt it. You saw it. So whether you tell it forward or backward, the core details remain the same. The emotional truth stays intact. But fake memories are rigid. They only exist in the form they were constructed. And when you force someone to navigate their fake story from a different direction, the structure collapses. This is why detectives use this technique. This is why interrogators use this technique. Because it works. It separates truth from fiction faster than any polygraph, faster than any intimidation tactic, faster than any threat. It is elegant, it is surgical, and it is devastating. But here is the thing. Most people will never use it. Because most people are afraid of confrontation. Most people would rather live with the lie than face the awkwardness of calling someone out. Most people would rather be deceived than be seen as suspicious, paranoid, or controlling. And that is exactly what liars count on. They count on your politeness. They count on your discomfort. They count on your desire to avoid conflict. They know that even if you suspect them, you probably will not push. You probably will not dig. You probably will not ask the hard questions. And so they win. But you are not most people. You are not going to let someone manipulate you just because it feels uncomfortable to challenge them. You are not going to swallow lies just to keep the peace. You are going to ask the questions. You are going to demand the truth. And you are going to use every tool at your disposal to get it. So the next time someone tells you a story that does not sit right, do not ignore that feeling. Do not brush it off. Do not convince yourself you are overthinking it. Trust your gut, and then, calmly, deliberately, walk them backward through their own words. Ask them to retrace their steps. Ask them to reconstruct the timeline and watch what happens. Because liars are only powerful when you let them control the narrative. But the moment you take that control away, the moment you flip the script, they are exposed, they are vulnerable, they are caught. And here is the final truth. The world is full of people who will lie to you. Your coworkers, your friends, your partners, your leaders. They will lie to protect themselves. They will lie to manipulate you. They will lie because it is easier than telling the truth. And if you do not know how to spot it, you will spend your entire life being played. But now you know. Now you have the technique. Now you have the weapon. And the next time someone tries to deceive you, you will not just suspect it. You will prove it. You will unravel their story. You will force them to confront their own dishonesty. And you will walk away knowing the truth. Because the truth is not given, it is taken. And you just learned how to take it.